All right, chat. So there has been some pretty big announcements with Attack on Titan having come out. And what I'm going to be doing tonight on my stream is I'm going to be talking about both of them. I want to talk about understanding the Blitz keyword in UniVersus. Well, keyword's a wrong word choice. It's a lot to get into. Understanding Blitz in UniVersus. So, overview of the video is I want to talk about what Blitz is, understanding the timing windows, what are the changes that are happening, and then my thoughts on the changes. Because truthfully, the changes that are happening isn't a ton, but it is enough to make its own separate video on. So I just want to, the goal of this is I just want to clear up what this is. Let's just clear up what this is. So, what is Blitz? Blitz is an ability that is played at the start of this attack's enhanced step. Now, Blitz is a new player friendly mechanic of whenever I play my super cool attack card, the first thing that I'm supposed to do with it is activate the cool ability on my Blitz. I lay down my move, and then boom, something instantly happens, right? But the word automatically here, this word automatically, I can't highlight it, automatically, right, is a bit misleading, because as Agent Winter says it's played automatically. Does that mean it's not optional? It is optional. It is optional. You do have to declare Blitz. Why is this reminder text different than the two descriptions in the article? The truth answer for that, Carlitoville, is probably Blitz wasn't optional, and they changed their mind. That's truthfully probably what happened. Is that Blitz changed its mind. And so when they printed all of these cards, you used to not have a choice, but now you do, which is fine, which is cool. Control and choice are the same thing. I'd rather have a choice than not have a choice. But this is the idea, right? So if it's optional, then what's the point? Like, it could just be enhance or first enhance. Great question, Agent Winters. We'll move on. So the timing window is as such to play attack cards. I play the form of the attack. Playing a form in our game is taking a card from my hand and putting it into my card pool and attempting to activate the card, right? I then make a control check for the card, and there's a separate timing window of does anything look for the control check. And then I have on-play responses. Things like basic training, things like easily excited, things are on play, I respond. From there, I enter the enhanced step. And this is where my Blitz window opens. So before I press any enhances, but still during the enhance step, I am allowed to play any and all blitzes that I want on my attack card. From there, I go to my first enhance. The first enhance I do on the turn. After we're done playing enhances, both mine and my rival going back and forth, we then go to the block step, then the damage step, and then the attack resolves. I don't have a little thing for the attack resolves, but the attack resolves. So why does this exist? Why do we care about why does Blitz matter? And the answer is simply to, and this is the meme. The answer is to simply get rid of some mental load when it comes to playing enhances. Our game is about playing enhance chicken. Us jockeying back and forth after the attack is played, once we get to the enhance step, it is where the game is being played. I play my attack, I play an enhance, and then you play an enhance. And then I play an enhance, and then you play an enhance. And there are some times, once you get into later on in the game where you have on your attack cards, or whenever I play an attack and I have 6 or 7 foundations, I have 8, 9, sometimes 10 options of which enhance am I supposed to play, and then which enhance are they going to play? Which buttons do I press? Which buttons do they press? And so I've got 2 categories. I've got which buttons do I press at all, right? What are the number of options of buttons to be pressed, both on my side and your side? And then I have what is the order of the buttons that I press, my side or your side. And so what I believe the goal of Blitz is to do is to take some of that mental gymnastics away from attack cards. I play my Blitz attack, and I just do the Blitz thing. So now when I am calculating the enhanced chicken that I have to do, I no longer have the abilities on the attack card in order to calculate. The Blitz ability just happens, right? It's just decreasing them trying to figure out the order of things. Correct. Which can be daunting for new players, right? This is, if you want to sell the game of UniVersus to somebody, right? If you want to sell the game of UniVersus to somebody, the thing that you are selling them on is the enhanced step. That's what you're selling, right? Does Blitz effectively do this? I don't know. I gotta get my hands dirty with it. But we'll talk about that in a second. But that's what Blitz is. So let's talk about it. Understanding our timing. Sorry. What Blitz can't do. So Blitz is, we go back and we look at, as I play my backed into a corner, right? I play my form, I make my control check. I now have responses. So before I get a chance to activate Blitz has not activated because I am still here in the response on play. My rival is allowed to play things like Genkai's Guidance to respond, destroy 3 foundations after rival plays an attack, remove it from the game. They are allowed to do that before I can activate the Blitz ability. My rival can also play the ability on Vast Strength. Response, remove after an attack is played, it loses all non-keyword abilities. That would get rid of Blitz because Blitz is not a keyword ability. It is a timed ability, same as Response, Form, Enhance. We've just added Blitz to that category. What Blitz can do, I can take, and whenever I play my backed into a corner, the first thing that happens inside of my turn, or inside of the enhanced step, is if I declare it, I use the Blitz ability. So in this case, for backed into a corner, Blitz, if my rival has more foundations than me, freeze X rival foundations, X equals the difference, max 5. This means that when I play backed into a corner, the first thing I do in my enhanced step is I Blitz. From there, I am allowed to play the first enhance on America's #1 hero, which is flip, discard a card. They can't block with the same card type. So first enhances are not affected by Blitz. What this doesn't let me do is order some of my enhances, such as enhance, destroy 1 foundation, your attack with printed 5 or greater difficulty gets +1 and +1. So let's look at backed into a corner specifically. This is a 5 difficulty attack. When I play backed into a corner, if me and my rival have the same amount of foundations, I cannot order the fact that Monster Aggression lets me destroy a foundation to get less foundations than my rival to then activate the ability on a Blitz. Whereas if it was an enhanced ability, I would use Monster Aggression to go lower than you. I would then use backed into a corner. There's a difference. I get to freeze one of your foundations. Does this make sense? This is really important to me because there are things that you can and cannot do when it comes to doing the thing, right? If you forget to play the Blitz ability before your first enhance, you lose the opportunity. 100%. It is the very first thing that you have to do, is you have to declare your Blitz, But it will be easy because blitzes only exist on attack. Only exist on attacks. That's it. I play my attack, it does its cool thing, and now I no longer have to think about my attack doing a thing, except, and so now I no longer have to worry about it playing in Enhanced Chicken, except for on the cards in my stage, not on cards in my card pool. Let's talk about why this is important. Let's talk about the big reason that I think that this is important when it comes to you, the competitive player, right? You, the player who is jockeying to play cards. And I want to talk about a card that we all know, a very strong card, Battle Aura Release. Let's pretend that I, as a turn player, I am playing Battle Aura Release, and I have these 4 cards in my stage. It's turn 2. I have opened as my first form on turn 2. I have played Battle Aura Release as my form. I have made my control check. There are no responses to that. There are no responses to the ability. And now we start the enhanced step. Normally, what I would do is I would utilize my Flustereds to flip Flustered. There's a charge in my card pool. I will draw a card, flip Flustered, draw a card, flip Flustered, draw a card, and then utilize the ability on my attack card. I will flip the Enormous Axe using Battle Aura Release's card to draw an additional card, and then I will use the bottom enhance on Battle Aura Release to give my move plus 4 damage. So on turn 2, this is a 4 high for 8 that draws me 4 cards. That's a very good card. Versus, if these said the word blitz on them, the way that it would have to work, demanded to work, would be I would have to flip right now my Enormous Axe to draw a card, and then now I have a face down, which means I could use the second blitz to then give it plus 1 damage, and then later I am still allowed to flip my Flusters afterwards. What does this mean? This means that opening with Battle Aura Release is less potent, because this is a worse card at this exact second than this is. I still draw the 4 cards within playing in it as enhances, but it is 3 less damage because I'm not getting to choose the order that I do things in. But there is a chance for new players not to miss the fact that my Battle Aura Release has a bunch of different moves. Has a bunch of different enhances, a bunch of different options. So my final thoughts. That's Blitz. That's everything you need to know. That's it. My final thoughts. Is Blitz good for the game? I think Blitz as a teaching tool for the game is kind of cool. I think it's kind of cool. Saying, hey, the thing that we are selling in UniVersus is the enhanced step. The idea of I play cards, you play, I play abilities, you play abilities, and we play this back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then on top of that, it is the sequencing of how we play cards. The idea of progressive difficulty and control checks and drawing cards and blocking with our hand and yada, yada, yada. But the meat and potatoes of the game is played during the enhanced step. So anything to make that a little bit easier is helpful. With that said, I like the option if I have cultivated, thank you Big Blue, if I have cultivated a stage and a strategy and an idea that I can utilize enhances both in my stage and in my card pool, the better. Not to mention, I was gifted a card with the Blitz keyword, and so I am doing something nice to UVS games where I did not showcase a card that has both Blitz and an enhance on a keyword enhance on the card in the card pool. If there is a card with Blitz on it, it shouldn't have EX, powerful, stun, none of it. It shouldn't have those abilities, because that is asking you to have that same mental idea of I've played the card in my card pool, I've used its Blitz ability, and I should be done with it. If the concept is for Blitz to be done with it, right? Then I should be done with it. Or else the mentality of playing the Blitz, of introducing Blitz as a concept as a whole, is flawed. There should not be a Blitz card that does what this backed in the corner does, if we tacked on the words stun 1 on this backed in the corner, we haven't done anything except for make a weird in-between corner case of when does this ability work, when does it not work. All we have done is we have made me make this stupid little chart, right? So when it comes to final thoughts, I think if implemented well, Blitz can and will work at doing a good job of teaching. I believe, just like with the attuned stuff, which we'll talk about here on the channel, go find that video, I think that there is a place where both blitzes on attack cards and regular enhances on attack cards can hold hands and feel fine, can hold hands and feel good. I think if the game is exclusively enhances, like we currently have, I can understand how it can be daunting for new players. But I think if the game is exclusively blitzes, I think that there is less things for people to do, and timing is weird. Again, I said this on the mental load video. There is no reason for us to lower the ceiling in order to lower the floor. I think we can keep the ceiling high and lower the floor. Enhances on attack cards and blitzes on attack cards can and should exist, in my opinion. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. This is the flash in the pan. Here's how Blitz works. If I didn't explain anything or you have any more questions, you can join me in the conversation either in the comments on the YouTube video or in the description of this video. You can go find a link to my Discord, or if you want to snap your answer, come join me over on twitch.tv/DamnCardwell, where I'm going to spend the next 5 minutes answering Twitch chat's questions. With that said, you guys, thank you much for watching the video, and as always, I wish you well.